The message arrived on a quiet evening when the sky was turning the color of fading embers. Aamir sat by the window of his small apartment, absently scrolling through his phone, trying to distract himself from the familiar heaviness that had settled in his chest over the years. Life had become a routine of silent mornings and longer nights, each day blending into the next, with little to distinguish it from the last. A notification appeared on his screen, a simple link without a sender's name. He frowned, assuming it was another piece of spam, but something about it made him pause. The link led to a video, its title unfamiliar and strangely personal, as though it were meant only for him. Curiosity overcame hesitation, and he tapped on it. The screen faded in to reveal an elderly man sitting on a wooden bench beneath a sprawling banyan tree. The wind rustled the leaves softly, and for a moment, Aamir thought it was just another sentimental video. Then the man spoke. "Aamir, if you are watching this, it means I am no longer there to tell you these things in person." Aamir's breath caught in his throat. The voice was unmistakable. It was his father's. He felt his fingers tremble as he turned up the volume. His father had passed away 3 years earlier after a sudden heart attack, leaving behind a silence that Aamir had never managed to fill. Their relationship had been strained in the final years, burdened by misunderstandings and unspoken resentments. Hearing his father's voice again felt like reopening, a wound he had tried desperately to heal. The man on the screen smiled gently, the familiar warmth in his eyes unchanged by time. "I know we did not part the way either of us wished. There were words left unsaid, apologies never spoken, and love that remained hidden behind pride. I hope this message finds you when you are ready to listen." Memories flooded Aamir's mind. He saw himself as a child, running through the narrow streets of their village, his father chasing him with playful laughter. He remembered evenings spent on the rooftop, listening to stories under a sky filled with stars. Yet alongside these tender recollections were the painful ones: heated arguments, slammed doors, and the day he left home, convinced that his father would never understand his dreams. On the screen, his father continued, "You always wanted to see the world, to follow your own path. I was afraid for you, and in my fear I tried to hold you back. I mistook control for protection, and by the time I realized my mistake, the distance between us had grown too great." Aamir wiped away a tear that had escaped down his cheek. He had spent years blaming his father for not supporting his decision to pursue a career in photography. The argument that led to their estrangement still echoed in his memory, each harsh word etched deeply into his heart. "I kept this video as a way to say what I could not." His father's voice softened. "I am proud of you, Aamir, more proud than you can ever imagine. I watched your work from afar, every photograph a glimpse into the beautiful soul you carry within you." Aamir's heart tightened. He had always believed that his father had disapproved of his choices, never knowing that he had quietly followed his journey. "There is one more thing," the old man added, reaching into his pocket and pulling out a small, worn envelope. "Inside this envelope is the address of a place that meant a great deal to me. It is where I learned the true meaning of forgiveness. If you ever feel lost, go there. Perhaps it will help you find peace as it once helped me." The video ended with his father's gentle smile, leaving Aamir staring at the blank screen, his mind swirling with emotion. For a long time, he remained motionless, absorbing the weight of what he had just witnessed. The silence of the room felt different now, less suffocating and more contemplative. The next morning, driven by an unexplainable sense of purpose, Aamir searched through the belongings his father had left behind. Tucked inside an old wooden box, he found the envelope mentioned in the video. His hands shook as he opened it, revealing an address written in his father's careful handwriting. Days later, Aamir stood before a modest orphanage on the outskirts of a small town. The building was simple yet welcoming, its walls painted in cheerful colors that contrasted with the somber emotions swirling within him. Children's laughter echoed through the courtyard, filling the air with a sense of warmth and hope. A middle-aged woman greeted him at the entrance, her eyes kind and perceptive. "You must be Aamir," she said gently. "Your father spoke of you often. Surprised, Aamir nodded. "You knew him?" She smiled. "Very well. He volunteered here for many years. After your disagreement, he came here almost every week. He said helping these children helped him cope with the regret he felt." Aamir felt a surge of emotion as he followed her through the corridors. Photographs lined the walls, capturing moments of joy and togetherness. Among them, he spotted several images of his father surrounded by smiling children, his face radiating a happiness Aamir had not seen in years. "He never stopped loving you," the woman continued softly. "He hoped that one day you would come here and understand." As they entered the courtyard, a young boy approached Aamir, holding a camera that looked remarkably similar to the one his father had given him during his teenage years. "Are you the photographer?" the boy asked shyly. Aamir knelt beside him, touched by the innocence in his eyes. "Yes, I am." "My name is Samir," the boy said. "Uncle used to tell us stories about you. He said you could capture people's souls with your pictures." Aamir's vision blurred with tears. For the first time since his father's passing, he felt a sense of connection rather than loss. Spending the day at the orphanage, he listened to stories of his father's kindness and witnessed the impact he had made on the lives of these children. Each revelation peeled away layers of resentment, replacing them with understanding and gratitude. As the sun began to set, Aamir sat alone on a bench in the courtyard, the same kind of bench he had seen in the video. He reflected on the journey that had brought him here, realizing that forgiveness was not a single act but a gradual process of acceptance and empathy. His father had not been perfect, but he had loved deeply and sought redemption in the only way he knew. Inspired by this realization, Aamir decided to honor his father's legacy. He began visiting the orphanage regularly, teaching the children the art of photography. Through his lens, he helped them see the beauty in their surroundings and the strength within themselves. The experience transformed him, filling the emptiness in his heart with a renewed sense of purpose. Months passed, and the orphanage became a second home to Aamir. One evening, while organizing old documents, the caretaker handed him another letter addressed to him in his father's handwriting. With trembling hands, he opened it. "My dear son, if you are reading this, it means you have taken the first step toward healing. Remember that love does not end with death. It lives on in the memories we cherish and the kindness we share with others. Forgive yourself as you have forgiven me, and never be afraid to follow your heart." Aamir folded the letter carefully, holding it close to his chest. In that moment, he felt a profound sense of peace. The burden of regret that had weighed on him for so long began to lift, replaced by a quiet acceptance of the past and hope for the future. Years later, Aamir organized a photography exhibition titled Reflections of the Heart, showcasing the lives and dreams of the children from the orphanage. The event attracted widespread attention, raising funds to expand the facility and provide better opportunities for its residents. Standing amidst the displayed photographs, Aamir felt his father's presence more strongly than ever. As he gazed at a portrait of Samir, now a confident young man pursuing his own dreams, Aamir realized that the unexpected link he had once hesitated to open had altered the course of his life. It had guided him through grief, forgiveness, and ultimately transformation. That evening, as he walked beneath a sky filled with stars, Aamir whispered a quiet thank you. Though his father was no longer physically present, his love continued to illuminate Aamir's path, a guiding light through the uncertainties of life. In the gentle stillness of the night, Aamir understood that some messages arrive not merely to remind us of what we have lost, but to reveal what we are capable of becoming. And in embracing that truth, he finally found the peace he had been searching for all along.